No let-up in the Ukraine war, even as Russia and Ukraine inch closer to a possible partial ceasefire, one that would pause only the attacks on energy infrastructure. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy says technical teams from Ukraine, Russia, and the U.S. will meet in the coming days in Saudi Arabia to hammer out the details. After Wednesday's hour-long phone call with U.S. President Donald Trump, their first chat since their disastrous White House meeting several weeks ago, Zelenskyy said it was productive.
Today, I have not felt any pressure from President Trump. There wasn't any pressure. That's a fact. I am a sincere person. If that were the case, I would say.
The White House says the Zelenskyy phone call was fantastic and that the two leaders discussed a unique idea, allowing the U.S. to take ownership of and run Ukraine's electrical supply and nuclear power plants.
Well, thank you.
American ownership of those plants would be the best protection for that infrastructure and support for Ukrainian energy infrastructure.
The White House says Trump also agreed to help Ukraine find more air defense systems by leaning on European allies. And Trump told Zelenskyy the White House would help Ukraine retrieve its children kidnapped by Russia in the early days of the war, even though the Trump administration has stopped funding a university database designed to track those children. The partial ceasefire idea is a far cry from the full ceasefire that the U.S. and Ukraine had presented to Russia, one that would stop all the fighting by land, sea, and air for 30 days to give time to work out a permanent truce. The Russians refused that and offered the much narrower plan. But the White House says it's confident that if it can get the two sides to sign off on this partial ceasefire, then it can get them to a ceasefire in the Black Sea and beyond. And in the smallest of hopeful signs, Russia and Ukraine did swap 175 prisoners each on Wednesday, one of the largest prisoner swaps of the war. Zelenskyy wants all prisoners swapped and says that could help build trust. Andy Roesgen, TRT World.